I'm Heather from Here Booktubes, and today is Steamy romance recommendations. I love these videos. I like smut in my books. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not that every single book has to have it, but it's a definite plus. You know what I mean? First off, I have Bare to You, which is the first in the Crossfire series by Sylvia Day. I've read other books by Sylvia Day and haven't enjoyed them as much, but Bare to You is an all-time favorite. I love this series. I think it was the first ever contemporary romance that I read, and it's amazing. It's been compared to 50 Shades of Grey quite a bit. I personally think that this is significantly better, but hey, that's just my opinion. There are slight BDSM elements, but not a lot. It reads like an office romance, even though they don't work for the same company. He owns the building that the company that she works for is in. So they work in the same building, and he definitely has more power, but she's not working for him. There's kind of a little bit of a hate to love because he doesn't set off the best impression when he tries to get some action going. And she has her own stuff. She's rich on her own, although she doesn't really touch the money for reasons. While he has the power and the charisma and all the things, she's hot. She's familiar with the world of wealth, if you will. She doesn't work for him. She's financially secure. So a lot of those usual power imbalances don't occur here. Big trigger warning. Basically, just assume that everybody in this series has suffered some sort of sexual assault in their past. So you won't see any of that on Paige or anything like that. However, if sexual assault is a big trigger for you, skip it, because all these people are survivors. All of their past are referenced and brought up and shared amongst each other and have relevance to the plot and the storyline. So it's very present in the books, although not in an overwhelming way and not in an icky way, but definitely it's there a lot because they all have it. Gideon is just, if you like Rysand from A Court of Thorns and Roses, I'm 100% convinced that Gideon is like the modern day equivalent to him. Like, that is just what I think, and you're not gonna change my mind. And I love him so much. He's so sweet while also being like domineering and possessive. Every time he steps over the line, Ava puts him right back in his place. And I love their dynamics. I love them. Like, I love them so much, and it's been forever since I read it, and I still love it, and I've reread it a couple of times, and yeah, I just highly recommend. Next is Feral Sins, which is the first in the Phoenix Pack by Suzanne Wright. These werewolf romances have some heat going on, like so much, especially this one because they are not mated, but they are having like domineering games kind of in the bedroom because they're both alpha and they're in a fake relationship, and they leave like kinky love bites all over each other because like they're wolves, and I just love it. Definitely high in the steam factor. The whole series is fantastic. If you like werewolves, if you like alphas, if you like wit and humor and steamy times and paranormal in general, fantastic author, fantastic series, highly recommend. You're going to read one werewolf book in your life. Let it be Feral Sins. Next, I have Disorderly Conduct, which is the first in the Academy series by Tessa Bailey. Tessa Bailey writes some serious steam, people. I don't know if you know this about her, but her books are hot. Now, Fix Her Up is one of her more popular ones right now. I didn't really love Fix Her Up because the main character is a clown, and like a literal clown, like a party clown, and her family just treats her like a child, and that gets on my last freaking nerve. A lot of people actually hate the hero. I just couldn't stand how like the family treated the main character. I was like, oh, like, gag me with a spoon, you know what I'm saying? However, Disorderly Conduct, so good. So the main character, her mother has been like a mistress like her entire life, but to like different men, and I think like her grandmother was too. She's not a mistress. She doesn't do married men, but she does not do relationships either. and she falls for this academy guy, and they're so sweet and they're so cute and I love them so much. And then it's 3 books in the series, each one following a different couple. I love all of them. Highly, highly, highly recommend. So good, so good, so good. And hot. It is freaking hot. Next I have Dirty Filthy Rich Men. Can you see where we're going with this title? Which is the first in the Dirty Duet by Laurelin Paige. This has some trigger warnings for sure. One I would say is there's some rape fantasy going on. She kind of suffers a sexual assault, not all the way, but suffers a sexual assault at the beginning of the book, and that kind of just helps form her taste in sex, if you will. So definitely it can be controversial. It's a dark romance. It's not for everybody. It has triggers. I completely understand that. However, this duet is so good, and it is so hot and dark and twisted and kinky and all of the things. If you like dark romance, I highly, 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 highly recommend this one. I've also read Fixed trilogy by her. It was great. This duet is better. I love this duet like a lot. And I can still remember stuff about it, even though it's been forever. And I mean, it's just, if you like rough sex, if you like consensual sex that is playing out as non-consensual, it's a good one. It's a very, very, very good one. She's on a scholarship to Harvard, I think, and he's like a super rich prick, you know? But it's a good one. So it starts off with them in college and then plays out like 10 years after that. Last but not least at all, because this book is so hot, it is all the steam, it is all smut all the way. It's a novella. It's great. Everybody's raved about it. You probably know which one I'm gonna say. It is Your Dad Will Do, which is the first in the Touch of Taboo series by Katee Robert. Katee Robert is a queen of smut, okay? First of all, Desperate Measures, also super hot, highly recommend. But Your Dad Will Do is just nothing but sex, and it is so good. So good. I love the twist that she did on this particular trope. So this girl finds out her fiance is cheating on her. A week later, she shows up at his dad's door to convince him in a little revenge sex. This is not hard to do because he's had a thing for her the entire time, even though he didn't act on it. And they have a very steamy weekend together, and we get to read about it, and it is delightful. And I really like the ending a lot. A lot. So if you've read it, let me know. And if you haven't read it, you should, because it is so good. I've often heard it recommended as like Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas, but just the steam. And I completely agree with that. I do not love Birthday Girl, but I love Your Dad Will Do. So these are some steamy books. I hope they get you through some reading slumps. I hope they get you in the mood for whatever it is you're trying to do, and I hope you enjoy. Stick around if you want more romance recommendations. Thank you. Bye.